Good morning. I'm in my last 10.8 miles today, so almost 11 miles to get to my love to pick me up. I had the absolute best night last night. So I rolled up to camp like noon because, you know, it was only 5.8 miles yesterday or whatever, 5.6, 5.8. Anyway, miles yesterday. And I got to camp about noon and I unpacked, set up, blah, blah, blah. I took a nap. It was nice. And then, guess what? Steve rolled up. Steve was apparently on his way back towards Cass, I believe, or coming from Cass going to Caldwell. Anyway, I can't remember. I'm supposed to see him again later today during my walk. But anyway, he rolled up, popped up a tent. He was done for the day. I guess he'd done about 61 miles yesterday on his bike. And yeah, these bikers are fucking putting me to shame. I'm doing 10 miles a day, 8 miles a day, 6 miles a day. on foot with a pack. Anyway, so he pulled up, popped up a tent. It was great. We hung out for a little while. And then these other two dudes with like this cart were like walking and they were going to come to our site, and then they didn't because the space was pretty much full once Steve and I were set up. And so they went down the way just like, I don't know, a 20th of a mile, 15th of a mile, something. Anyway, so they set up shop down there. I was making dinner, and so I made dinner. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna run down and introduce myself and see what these guys are all about. I like to know who's around me. So I walked down there and I was like, hey, how's it going? And these two dudes were like military and ex-military. One guy just retired a month ago. Mark and David. David was IT. Mark did not say what he did. You know, one of those. It might not be that serious, but I don't know if I asked. Anyway, so they were setting up shop. They had the Cadillac of camp setups. They were like, this isn't even camping. And they set up a fire. They rolled out some steaks. They happened to have 3, not just 1, not just 2, but 3 ribeyes, which means Elizabeth had a big fat ribeye steak for dinner last night with her chili and her protein bar and some of Steve's Knorr chicken fried rice and some of their honey roasted peanuts. I ate like a queen. It was great. These two dudes were awesome. We sat around the fire smoking cigars, drinking scotch, talking. Probably one of the best nights of my life and a phenomenal way to finish out. We were up until like, I don't know, 9:30? Wasn't that late. Just hanging out, talking, having a good time. These guys were in their like 50s, early 50s. And Steve, and while we were out there, this other recumbent bicyclist rode by and ended up in me and Steve's camp. And they were like, do you have a third person with you? I was like, no. And I like ran down there to find out what his deal was. His name was Tim. Weird. Anyway, he was exhausted. He'd ridden like 80 miles and his stick legs couldn't hold him up anymore. So he was laying down in the shelter, just getting some rest. I went over and talked to him for a minute and then went back up to Mark and David's camp. And then, yeah, kind of stayed up there until about 9:30. And then I rolled up to my tent and fell asleep into a steak-induced coma. I don't think I've ever been so happy to have a piece of like hot, delicious meat. It was amazing over the fire too. They even made these potatoes, these like diced up potatoes that had been soaked in like honey mustard and stuff. Oh God. And then I had a cookie. Oh my God. I had a cookie for dessert too. I ate like a champ yesterday. Anyway, I'm yammering on, but so it's day 7. I am fueled by steak and taters. Yeah, I woke up this morning feeling amazing. I slept most of the night through. Got up a couple of times to pee. Heard some crazy animals in the middle of the night. And I was like, what the fuck is that? What is that? So here's how a normal night goes, by the way, if we're getting into the noises thing. So I'm laying down like, oh, this is nice. I could finally go to sleep. What was that? Do you hear it? Okay, it's okay. Let's go. Go back to sleep. You can go back to sleep. What? That's essentially the night. The crickets here are deafening. Literally, the crickets were cricketing, chirping, and I was laying in bed and I was like, God, that's fucking loud. And then for some reason they all stopped and I could actually hear again. It was weird. But anyway, so that was my night. This has been better than a cruise. I wouldn't even call this like a journey of self-exploration anymore. This has been a fucking vacation. The people I've met, the things I've seen, fucking finding myself and my grit and my strength all in the process. Just, God, it just makes you like appreciate life, you know? Like just, I can't even, it's bubbling out of me, but I can't even articulate it. So, successful fucking trip. I wish Ian had been here. I wish like some of my peeps back home had been here, but I'm glad that they weren't because I don't think it would have been the same. I'm happy I did this. So happy I did this. So anyway, I'm on to like 7 minutes already of yammering on. So I'm going to turn this camera off. I got plenty of battery to get me through the day. Hot cup of joe. Yeah, we're going to get rolling. I just passed mile marker 70. So I've got 10 miles to go and home free. Hey guys, I just passed mile marker 76 at like mile marker 75 or just shy of mile marker 75. Something jumped up out of the dirt and bit my leg or stung. Don't really know which. It's swelling up. I haven't been stung by anything since I was like a kid. Like I think I was like 6, maybe 7 the last time I got stung. So I have no idea what kind of reaction I'm gonna get. I feel like I probably would have already had some kind of reaction if I were gonna have a reaction, but it stings. Feels like there's an angry cat on my lower leg. It's just like, anyway, so all you safety nerds out there, I did not have Benadryl, do not have an EpiPen. I've got nothing. I put some medical tape on it just to keep the swelling down a little bit or make it a little bit more diffuse so that it doesn't get so swollen that I can't see the puncture later. But I messaged Ian, I let him know, said I got stung, and here I am powering on, because what do? We walk on, one foot in front of the other forever. It's honestly surprising it's taken 7 days for me to get stung by something. As much of the wilderness as I've been crawling through, squatting in, peeing in, pooing in, drinking from. 7 days. That's a pretty good track record, I think. So, all right. Well, I'm going to go back to strolling along. All right. Over and out, guys. See you in a bit. I just passed the 79 mile mark. Still not dead yet. So I guess it's just a sting. No big deal. Yeah. I should run into Ian here in the next 15, 20 minutes, probably. See a sign, 1 mile to Cass. We're almost there, folks. I have made some epic time today. So my hike was 10.8 miles. Originally, I was planning on getting to Cass around 2:30, probably more like 2:30. But here we are. It's like 11:45, and I'm a mile and a half away. Crazy. I've been booking it at like probably almost 4 miles an hour because it had been 2 hours. I'd already gone 8 miles. So yeah, 4 miles an hour. How wild is that? I didn't think I'd have that in me at the very end here. Like, no way. My feet are really, really talking now. My hamstrings are talking. My calves are talking. That sting hurts. My ankle's talking. But, you know, I've been walking for 9.5 miles already with a 35-pound pack on my back. Can't imagine why. So, feeling pretty good about the progress I've made. I'm just gonna keep on pounding it until I see my love. So, I will see you guys at the finish line.